audio has surfaced as part of a lawsuit that accuses Christian Holmes, Sean Diddy Combs' son, of sexual assault. The music mogul is not accused of sexual assault in the lawsuit, but is included over allegations of liability and aiding and abetting. The lawsuit cites audio from a makeshift recording studio on the yacht where the alleged assault happened. This is the latest in a series of lawsuits filed against the rap mogul and businessman. Both men, father and son, deny the allegations against them. CNN national correspondent Camila Bernal joining me live with details on this. Camila, what more are you learning?
Hey, Fred. So in this audio that CNN has listened to, you can specifically hear the accuser who alleges that she was being forced to take this tequila shot that she believed was laced with drugs.
There's something about the mix of fame, power, and scandal that creates a narrative too compelling to ignore. He's being puffin' when it comes to one of hip-hop's most iconic figures, Sean Diddy Combs. The mix of criminal charges, wiretaps, leaked audio, and courtroom battles is almost too perfect for a true crime tale. Audio has surfaced as part of a lawsuit that accuses Christian Holmes, Sean Diddy Combs' son, of sexual assault. The music mogul is not accused of sexual assault in the lawsuit but is included over allegations of liability and aiding and abetting. The lawsuit cites audio from a makeshift recording studio on the yacht where the alleged assault happened. This is the latest in a series of lawsuits filed against the rap mogul and businessman. Both men, father and son, deny the allegations against them. CNN national correspondent Camila Bernal joining me live with details on this. Camila, what more are you learning? Hey, Fred. So in this audio that CNN has listened to, you can specifically hear the accuser who alleges that she was being forced to take this tequila shot that she believed was laced with drugs. In a moment of courtroom tension, Diddy's legal battle seems to have reached a breaking point, and with new audio leaks circulating, we find ourselves asking one question: has Diddy finally cracked? Sources indicate that the 55-year-old rapper experienced a meltdown while in RRT at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, where he was taken for observation due to mental instability. The music mogul, arrested in September on charges including racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking, was reportedly hoping to secure bail by now. Spending the holidays behind bars was a nightmare for him, an insider told The Sun, noting that Combs managed to regain composure through meditation and deep breathing, although it took several hours to calm himself. Contrastingly, another source dismissed the meltdown claim, emphasizing that the father of SE has remained resilient amidst serious allegations. A legal expert highlighted the significant disparity between Combs' previous lavish lifestyle and his current circumstances, stating the stark contrast. On the morning of September 16, 2024, Sean Diddy Combs, one of the giants of the music industry, was arrested on serious charges. The U.S. Justice Department unsealed charges against Combs on Tuesday that alleged he abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. Prosecutors said that Combs, that's P. Diddy, that's his real name, carried out his scheme by relying on the employees' resources and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Prosecutors say that in times relevant to the indictment, Combs engage in persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse towards women and other individuals. The abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. Racketeering, sexual abuse, and sex trafficking were just a few of the accusations made, painting a dark picture of abuse and control within the corridors of power in the entertainment industry. Sure, so I think we all saw those headlines back in November 2023 of C. Ventura filing her lawsuit against T. Diddy. That's what got all of this steamrolling, and I've been following the case since then, and obviously we've seen in recent months there have been so many lawsuits against Diddy accusing him of drugging, and more than 40 of those, and a lot of them do date back to the 90s. So I've been looking into that area of his career, in particular trying to find out more about the makings of PJY, or Daddy as he was known back then, and trying to find out from people who used to work with him and people in his inner circle, were there potentially early warning signs about some of the allegations that we're seeing now. And as I mentioned, some of these allegations of drugging and do go right back to the start of his career in the 1990s. It's not just the case itself that has turned heads, it's the way information continues to trickle out in waves that stir up not only suspicions but also intrigue. So we told you from the jump that baby oil was a big thing in the whole Diddy scandal, that the Fed seized 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and it is the thing that people have talked so much about because it was such a bizarre odd. And remember, I spoke with Markn's lawyer on one of our documentaries, The Downfall of Diddy, on Tubi, and we asked him about it, and he didn't quite know what to say about it. He kind of made a joke about it, but now we know at least what one of the accusers in a civil lawsuit, a brand new accuser, one is saying the purpose of the baby oil, and it's not what we Thought Noah, this accuser who was filed as a John Doe, says that the baby oil was laced. A new piece of audio has surfaced, igniting a firestorm of debate across social media. This audio, while not officially verified, is believed to feature not only Diddy but a number of high-profile figures including Meek Mill and Beyoncé speaking on the allegations surrounding the rapper. Beyoncé's audio leak admits participation in Diddy's parties. Are these signs she was involved all along? Recently in audio recording of Beyoncé was accidentally leaked, revealing that she not only admitted to frequently attending Diddy's parties but also claimed that those who were harmed weren't entirely innocent. She stated that everyone who attended the parties did so voluntarily, insisting that no one was forced. She even suggested that any harm they suffered was ultimately their own doing. It's not only the content of the audio that captivates listeners and raises eyebrows, but the fact it has been leaked at such a crucial time in his trial preparations. Now, the emergency hospital visit came just hours after federal prosecutors slapped him with a superseding an indictment in his federal self-trafficking RICO case, adding 2 more victims and extending the time period for investigators from 2008 going back to 2004, meaning they have 4 more years in order to continue investigating a possible additional allegations. Now, all of this taking place as it seems every week there's another docu-series or documentary being cranked out about Diddy, which criminal defense attorneys who try cases in the Southern District here at the federal courthouse tell me can possibly taint potential juries that are going to hear this case when it gets going in May. Now, he will be back in the criminal case here in this courthouse in about 2 weeks as the latest audio leak, the crack that finally shatters the enigmatic facade of hip-hop's most powerful mogul, P. Diddy, leaves the Metropolitan Detention Center jail in Brooklyn. New reports say he was taken to the hospital for a few hours last week to get an MRI. We're just now learning about this though, because Diddy was taken from the jail late at night, actually using the cover of darkness to keep his trip on the down low. And one of the most captivating true crime sagas to hit the headlines, Diddy Combs now finds himself embroiled in a case that defies expectations and challenges the very fabric of celebrity power. The lawsuits against Diddy Combs continues to stack up, and it should be no surprise at all who the latest batch is coming from, that of course being Texas-based attorney Tony Busby. Now, BU made his mission clear back in October that his firm planned to file more than 100 lawsuits against the disgraced mogul, but now he's in a rush to meet a March 1st deadline. Why? Because that's the last day the law in New York allows victims of past sexual assault file civil lawsuits despite the statute of limitations being up. So let's break down the latest allegations. Now, we have to mention these accusers did not use their real names in the court filings. Instead, they are referred to as Jane or John Doe. In John Doe's complaint, he alleges he was drugged and sexually assaulted at an afterparty in Los Angeles in 2015. The courtroom chaos unfolding in Manhattan's federal court has taken on an almost cinematic quality as each new revelation deepens the mystery surrounding Diddy's legal battles and his once untouchable legacy. Let's continue our attention of a major headline taking place in New York City and the pretrial hearing continuing on in the Diddy Combs case. A pretrial hearing taking place some 138 days before for trial. Let's be joined right now here on the ground in New York by Fox 5's Lisa Evers. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. What can you tell us about what took place inside that courtroom today? Well, Andy, everything so far is going very smoothly, but you can be sure that's going to change in the months ahead as they get close to that May trial date. But Diddy Combs got a break today from the dismal lockdown atmosphere of the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn by appearing here in federal court for this pretrial hearing. Although no conviction has been reached, the intensity of the proceedings suggests that the weight of numerous allegations, some dating back 2 decades, is beginning to take a toll on Diddy's composure. All right, so Sean Call's legal team has just raised, I would say, a new issue to the court, and we're going to address it right now, and it concerns, of all things, believe it or not, access to a laptop while he's in the Metropolitan Detention Center, the MDC, where he's currently locked up while he's waiting trial next year. And before I even go into the defense's letter, I said it was new, but really this is an issue that has come up before. You see, Sean Combs' defense lawyers, they have argued that the conditions at the MDC make it incredibly difficult for him